Hello, back to the channel that knows nothing. I'm Jem, and let's get to it. So today we are doing the Guilty Reader book tag, which is a bunch of little things that I may or may not have done as a reader. So the first question in this tag is, have you ever re-gifted a gifted book? And I haven't, because that just seems wrong and mean. But I have re-gifted a book that I accidentally bought twice, which was The Definition of Us by Sarah Harris. And I don't know why. I think I thought I put it back on the shelf, but I didn't. The next question in this tag is, have you ever said you've read a book that you haven't? And no, because I'm like to be honest that way. Like, why would you say you've read a book that you haven't? Like, it just seems dumb. The next question is, have you ever borrowed a book and not returned it? And no, I have not done that. Again, this seems like a really dumb question. Like, why would you do that? It just seems mean. And I don't really like borrowing books because I take forever with them, which is why I just normally just buy them if people recommend books to me and they're like, please have mine. I'm like, no, I will take 6,000 years to finish it. Please don't give it to me. The next question in this tag is, have you ever read a book out of order in a series? And I definitely have multiple times, but this is the one I remember the most, which is the Book of Beginnings trilogy by John Stevens. I read this one first, The Fire Chronicle. It didn't really reference the first book all that much, but there was like a little like bits like, hey, remember what we did that time? And I'm like, no, I don't remember when you did that time. I really don't. Anyway, this is the first one, and this one was a lot better. In fact, I don't even think you really need this, like, read this one all that much to understand this one. But I read this one, and then I went and read this one. This one's my favorite. I still haven't read the last one, because it's gonna make me cry, I think. Next question is, have you ever spoilt a book for someone? And I definitely have. I don't remember, like, specifically, but yes, probably. In fact, I'm going to tell someone else's story, because everyone was reading Hunger Games in year 8, and it was funny because obviously there's a lot of deaths that happen in that book, in fact in that series, and I think someone was reading Mockingjay, and I had finished it, and my friend was talking to me about it, and they're just like, hey, remember that part when that character died? It was Finnick. And someone behind us was reading the book, like the last book, and hadn't gotten to that like point yet, and they were like, oh my god, Jessica, why would you say that? I haven't got it. It was a big deal. Also, their name wasn't Jessica. I had to change it for the story, but still, it was pretty funny. And I don't think anyone ever forgot that, because it was like everyone was lined up for class outside this building, and everyone just, even in year 12, it still got brought up. Remember that time when you spoiled the Mockingjay for me? It wasn't me. I was just talking about it. I didn't know you were listening. The next question is, have you ever doggy-eared a book? And I definitely did when I was younger, but now pages are precious. Do not do that. Next question is, have you ever told someone you don't own a book when you actually do? And this is probably coming back into the realm of stupid questions. Honestly, why are there so many stupid questions in book tags? And it's probably I didn't tell them that because I didn't want them borrowing it off me. It depends who the person is, though. It's not like an assholey thing I just do to like everyone. It's like certain people that I'm like, you cannot borrow a book because I know you will not give it back. I just feel like most people like that with books. Like, I can't be the only one. The next question is, have you ever skipped a section or a chapter of a part of a book? And I definitely have. It was in George Orwell's 1984. It was the part where he was reading the book of rules to her, and I was told by my teacher that I could skip it, and several other people that had read the book before me were like, yeah, you can skip that part because it doesn't really add anything. And honestly, I think I still got pretty much what the story is about without reading the section. And the last question in this tag is, have you ever badmouthed a book that you actually liked? Have I? Oh my god, I have. Okay. I badmouthed The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. This was like everyone's favorite book in like year 7 and year 8 at my school. And I remember saying, oh, you know, it's not that good, to like stop some of my other friends who read books from reading it, because I wanted to finish it before them, because obviously spoilers and all that other jazz happens. And also, like, some people were just super bad at spoiling books for me when I was like in high school, so it was like a race from like escaping the spoilers. Anyway guys, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, subscribe,